Hey guys, it's Saturday morning. We've just had a quick bite of breakfast at the enormous shopping mall. So now we are at the track. Just found out, well, it's now hitting 12 o'clock. We just found out we've got to wait another 4 hours before we're allowed to set up in the pits. So, welcome to the Omani track. The guys have been super duper busy last night getting this one all painted up and ready. So, similar to most other Omani rounds, the start line will be over in the distance. You can see the little scaffold over there where all the funky lights are going to be. But it's going to be a long run for us. The cars are going to get super duper hot, I think. There's going to be like a lot of full power stuff, so it's going to be mega smoky, and we'll definitely be putting those new Zenyu tyres to the absolute limit. It's like I said, with it being midday, it's about 27 degrees at the moment, bit of haze from the Biz weather forecast, so it's not as bad. But yeah, looking forward to having a good walk around this thing now. But yeah, looking at the size of it, we are using every single meter of this piece of tarmac. So it's like a start. So morning guys, it is now Thursday morning. I almost said Saturday there. Thursday morning, getting ready for practice now. We are in the second group, so I get an hour of being able to watch all of these guys here go out and try and do that qualifying line. Brett's just finishing off the start the solenoid repair, which is pretty cool. We'll be ready for that. Otherwise the car is good to go. I just need to get myself sorted out now to digest what Kieran has said and get that perfect line right, because we start off with 100 points and then they deduct, you know, as you come offline, and we also get some impact points as well. So hopefully we'll be able to put on a good enough show for these guys as well, so that they give us a few extra points at the end. But a little bit cooler today, so that's working in my favour. I'm going to have a Red Bull or something like that now as well, just to perk me up a little bit more, because I want to be on high alert. But I've been told that the first few laps are going to be, well, especially for these guys, going to be not going to be the best, because obviously the track is really dusty. It's all been freshly painted as well, so we need these guys to go and clean it up, then we can go and rip it properly with the LSZ. So wish me luck guys, and we'll see what we can do. I made about a third of a lap. You can see the Z is up on the axle stands. So in trying to fix the starter solenoid wire, it turns out that actually another cable tie pinged off. So what happened is, on my lap just then, after initiation, which I was happy-ish with, the crank sensor wires then started to touch the manifold and then melted through and have joined two together. So we then didn't get a crank signal, hence the misfire, and then obviously engine shut down and we got towed in. We should be out there now. There isn't much time left on the practice session, so we're going to have to let this thing cool off a little bit so we can get close to touching it, take the cables off, fix them, and then get ready for round two. So yeah, it's going to be a bit all eggs in one basket, but yeah, I think we can do this. It's a good fun track. I was getting nervous as hell in the queue into the burnout box, did the burnout and then sat on the line waiting for another 370Z to get recovered. But in that time, I don't know what happened, my nerves just sort of disappeared and I was just like, right, here we go. So let's hope that happens again later and we'll get stuck in. where do I start? It feels like I'm doing Bagsy's round 1 from last year, so lots of issues this morning. Yeah, weren't out first lap, crank sensor came off, that was one. Lap 2, after we'd fixed that, was spin, unfortunately. Then lap after that, we were going in a bit better that time, then fully shredded the supercharger belt. Yeah, it felt so weird, the car, and the car made some more weird noises, obviously, as we were then only running on a naturally aspirated LS3. Still managed to finish the lap, new belt on, then went out, again another one, starting to work out where the line is, but because there's so many cars out here that have been laying down the rubber on the tarmac, all the lines are being washed off, so I'm sort of trying to navigate my way around the circuit. So luckily Brett brought the map out for me again, had a look at that, and so on. So getting with that, then last lap just went out, developed a misfire in the burnout box, and turns out that HT lead on number 7 had twisted and again melted against the manifold. So yeah, it's been a real tough morning. Unfortunately still running on the accelerator because the Zenu haven't arrived yet. So yeah, it seems to be quite a challenge today. Obviously got qualification later, got about 4 hours, hopefully it'll cool off a little bit more. Luckily my car actually seems to be one of the cars that's keeping the coolest. But yeah, it's going to be a tall order this afternoon, I think, to get in the show, but we'll do what we can. If not, we'll have some good cars to watch, and we'll make sure that we're ready for the next one. But focus on now, get some food, get some water in, and prep for qualifying. So that is qualification over and done. Look at the weather, it's nice and dark. We even managed to get the underglow on the Z. So qualifying lap 1, 65 points. Just so happy just to get a decent lap in, actually. I was sawtoothing in and out of a couple of the zones on that one. Very helpful. Dell sent me the live stream that she was watching, so I could watch the run back myself. And yeah, didn't make any changes to the car, just went straight out again, you know, lap 2, and tried a couple of different things. But yeah, got 2 more points, 67 points. So yeah, I know that we're not going to be setting the world alight with that score, but hopefully we're going to be in the battle tomorrow. So now I felt that the car was ever so slightly coming out of its sort of butter zone in 4th gear, so I think we're going to chuck in the 3.3 ratio diff, so then we can just run the whole track tomorrow in 3rd, and hopefully that will suit it a little bit better for the battles. So a little bit of work to do. Diff's here, Brett's here, we've got the boys. I think we'll have it done in no time. So yeah, just cool the car off with the big fan, and we'll get stuck in and have our fingers firmly crossed that we get in the battles tomorrow, and also up against maybe someone who could be a little bit more kind to us. But yeah, here we go. Hey guys, it is end of day 1 of competition here at Oman. Good news, 22nd, so we are in the game tomorrow. Obviously wasn't my best result ever, but I'm taking it. That was out of 60 drivers, so pretty chuffed. Especially with only having probably a couple of laps in practice. Obviously then going straight into quali for the 2, but also dealing with the problems that we had today. So following the qualifying laps, which went a lot better. Again, like I said, wasn't my neatest work, but felt like the car was maybe slightly boggy in 4th, because obviously we're trying to get as much mechanical grip out there as well, but also the track is permanently changing in regards to being rubbered up and stuff like that. So Brett and Brad have just helped me now change the 3.7 out for the 3.3. That is all done, so hopefully we can just stick in third tomorrow, get the response that we want, and also make sure that we can stick on the door of the chase car. So other good news is all three of the guys have made it in qualifying on round one, so that's sweet. Bags is now doing his interview with Higo, but you can also see the public who were watching us during quali and now coming in to see us as well. So again, everyone's asking questions about the car, wanting to know what's in it, all the kind of good stuff like that. So yeah, gonna be a lot more of this tomorrow. So I'm now gonna go get some food with the boys, and then we're gonna go to the mall, stack up on food as well, ready for tomorrow, and then yeah, get ready for another hell of a day again. Hey, good morning guys, it is day 2. You can probably tell by my voice now I'm getting pretty tired. The night sleeps haven't been perfect at the moment, still adjusting to the time difference here in Oman, and the temperature I think as well, and also the long days. These are definitely not for the faint-hearted in that respect. Brett is now warming the LSZ up. Clint has been out for a run already with Nick Knack, and yeah, the guys have blasted a bit of the dust off the track because it does get really dusty here, as you can imagine, overnight when there isn't so much on there. So we're now down to the top 32 practice. We've got about 3.5 hours worth of practice this morning. So we're going to try out the Accelera again and maybe some Zestino whilst we're still waiting for the Zenu to arrive. And yeah, just get after it. So I'm going to get in my suit, get the GoPros on, take you along for the ride. So after last time I spoke to you, actually managed to go out and do another lap. Brett is repairing the bumper. We got that done, got a new pair of tyres on, had some a little bit of advice from Clint's team. So yeah, changed the pressure in the tyres, changed a little bit of suspension setup, and went out again. And yeah, felt a lot more comfortable in the car. She had a lot of grip. Still feel like I'm going far too far past, but out of zone 4. So got some stuff we still need to work on, but I think we stand a better chance of actually bringing the fight to the battle that we're in. So yeah, car's lining up for top 32. Brad has been getting the cameras ready. Brett has got everything else sorted on the car. I need to get myself ready and get in the line. So wish me luck, guys. See you out there.
So it does look like Ian Biss-Phillips has made his way into the tyre warming area. That means the clock is close to running out for Ahmed Al Amri. Can he get that car onto the line for the final battle of our top 32? As we can see, our top 16 already assembling. And there we go. Phillips is on the line. Door slam shut. Looks like the clock is out for Ahmed Al Amri. And Ian Biss-Phillips gets a stroke of luck in Oman. First time here in Oman for the British driver. Had a few issues in practice yesterday. Struggled in qualifying. Wasn't feeling himself today in twin barrel practice. And said, I'm going to get my head in the game. I'm going to find out where I'm going wrong. I'm going to work on the situation. And right now, he would never have thought he would have got a top 32 bye into the top 16. And Ian Biss-Phillips, supercharged, Magnussen supercharged Chevrolet V8 underneath the bonnet of this Nissan 350Z. getting the job done, and Phillips across the line, seated.
Okay, so I'm in from the top 32, waited for ages to get to my battle against Ahmed Al Amri, who's quite the drifter supposedly in Oman. I heard a lot about him, I saw a few of his runs, and his line was wicked. But the poor guy, when he went into the burnout box, he set off, did one donut, car stalled, and then he just couldn't get it off idle from there. His throttle body went on to safe mode, and that was where it stayed. So unfortunately he ran out of time with his team in the 5-minute rule. So we went out in the LSZ, did our buy run, and the boys are now prepping it for top 16. So yeah, not the best start, you know. Well, obviously we're happy we're through, but not quite the way that we wanted to do it. You know, obviously when you come to something like this, or to any event really, you want to, you know, win or progress by properly winning, not by buy runs. But let's see how it goes on the next one. Trying to find out who I'm up against in the top 16. I have a feeling that it might be Nick Nack. So yeah, watch this space.
Nicholas Burton's off the line. Nice initiation. Look at that flick to angle from Bertans, and the speed and the pace, as you can see there, for Ian Biz Phillips just can't be dealt with. And Nicholas Burton's on absolute rails around this circuit this weekend. Earlier on in practice, bullying some of the top name drivers and pushing them around. We look forward to seeing him in top 32 action, and this is why this guy is absolutely clinical when it comes to those lead lines and those chase lines. And Nicholas Burton gets the job done. Right, finish off our top 16 battles. Here we go. Nicholas Burton's the Latvian driver, the young gun, the young superstar from Latvia, takes on the man from the UK, Ian the Business Phillips. Off the line, Ian Phillips, a big spin in the first half of the run. Now Biz, everything to try and do in the lead. Can he put down a clean, nice lead run? Can he try and throw Nicholas Bertans off? Well, at the moment, making a lot of mistakes as Ian Biz Phillips just about makes himself, gets that car into outside zone 3. Bertans absolutely no respect for the back end of that 350Z as he almost takes the back off of it on the front of that E36 BMW, and he goes for it again, forcing Phillips in to drive in harder than ever before as Nicholas Bertans takes bites, takes dives, pushes Ian Phillips around the circuit and across the line.
Right, okay, so I'm back in after my top 16 battle against Nick Nack. Yeah, where do I start? So the boys are having a chat with me. They've been timing me and stuff like that all day. I think we've been gradually getting faster and faster, which was great. I knew that I'd have to be rolling on Nick Nack when he went through the cones, thanks to Bagsy's advice and the guys with Clint. So yeah, held back by a car length and started rolling as soon as I saw the amber light come on, so I was ready. Didn't get left in the drag, which I always do, so I was well chuffed with that. Initiated on with him, so again, pretty happy. But when he hooked up, off he went. There was a smoke trail. I put the foot down and did what the Z often does, which is moonwalks backwards. So yeah, it didn't work out too well for me this time. I then went through the cones at clip 2, it put me massively offline, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, obviously then it came to me to lead. Red Mister descended a little bit, went in. Yeah, Nick Nack was all over me, as you'd well expect. That kid's got skill. So tiny little bit of rework on the bodywork to do on the Z, but she, you know, after the issues that we had yesterday and stuff, I'm still happy to have been in the top 16 and to get out in the parade and stuff like that. So now time to rebuild, regroup, get some proper tyres on the back of this thing so we can start to lean on it more, and yeah, we'll be ready for next weekend. So stay tuned. Thank you again for everyone who supported me, really appreciate it. Sponsors, everyone back at home in the UK, everyone else that's tuning in and sending me the messages. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. This is one hell of an experience, and yeah, it's a pleasure to take you guys along for the ride. So that's it for now. I'm going to watch some drifting, get out of this race suit, and yeah, see you next time.